Hey there, everybody. Happy Friday. Another week done. I remember as a kid we used to mark time by days. Time goes fast so fast now. It seems like I'm marking it by weeks. It's crazy. Little peach crown and Sprite. Had a hole in the glass on the first one. I don't know where that one went, but who knows? Good thing I had a refill. Arturo Fuente, 858, natural. It's a good cigar. First premium cigar really I ever had was a Fuente 858 natural. It's a good starter. Although it's kind of a, I wouldn't say higher end, but you know, if you're jumping in at the $5-6 price point, not a lot of places to go. I mean, there's a lot of places to go, but you know, that's a pretty big price point to jump in to see if you even like it. I don't know why we did. I was stupid. So, Memorial Day weekend. Um, Always an interesting weekend. Weekend I like to do a little reflection and think back of all the men and women that have lost their lives fighting for the country. You know, being a veteran and seeing some of the things I've been fortunate enough to have seen. Um, I always try to put myself in their shoes. One of the coolest experiences, and I usually talk about this in June on the anniversary of D-Day, but in '94 for the 50th anniversary of D-Day, I was able to participate in the 50th anniversary celebration. And I don't know if you want to call it a celebration. Maybe 50th anniversary remembrance would be more apropos. Uh, I've got to find my pictures. I'll never forget that day. Um, it was cool outside for a June day. We were off the coast of Normandy. We knew there were other ships out there because this was a big remembrance, and but we couldn't see anything because of all the fog. If you know your history, you know about D-Day. You know the fog was very significant. Um, and man, when that fog lifted that day, you just got goosebumps all over your body because there were ships just as far as the eye could see in any direction. I just always put myself in those kids' shoes, and I call them kids now that I'm older. Riding in 18, 19 years old, riding in the waves, seasick, fog lifting. Here we go, and just some of them didn't even make it off the landing craft. You know, just incredible. But I didn't make this a depressing video. I'm sorry, but Memorial Day. Um, so it brings back a lot of good memories. And this is a pseudo 80s, pseudo Memorial Day kind of video. As a kid, I'll never forget Memorial Day because we would always decorate our bikes. We would get the red, white, and blue streamers and stick cards in our spokes and all that. And we'd go up and join the parade. And we'd have a Memorial Day parade in my town every year. And it always seemed to be very nice, beautiful weather, perfect, nice day. And the marching band would play, and there'd be some floats, and then here would come all the kids on the bikes and celebration. And again, I shouldn't call it a celebration, more of a remembrance. And we would go down half mile or so to the canal, and there the American Legion would render the salute. And I don't know if I want to call it 21 gun. I might be mistaken. I don't think that's right. But we would have a salute. Pardon my ignorance on the topic, but yeah. And always loved hearing the rifles go off and the moment of silence. And then the parade would double back to the cemetery, and we would go in and pay our respects to all the service members and women, and really everybody that had passed. I remember a lot of times, growing up, family wise, it was to remember. We certainly remembered the armed forces, but we'd also remember other family members that we had lost. The pool would usually open that day, and definitely would have barbecue, eat out on the picnic table. Grandpa, grandma would cook hamburgers and hot dogs on the grill and have an outdoor cookout. That was always a big deal when we could eat at the picnic table. But as a kid, you lose that meeting. You really don't. I mean, you understand, but you don't. Until you get a little bit older and a little bit more mature, then you see things through a different lens. There are even some folks now that'll get mad if you say Happy Memorial Day. I try not to say Happy Memorial Day. Um, it slips on occasion. Certainly, again, it's not a day of celebration per se, even though a lot of people do. There'll be a lot of drinking this weekend, a lot of grilling, but hopefully people take time to remember that we have all these freedoms because of the men and women that served in the armed forces and lost their lives. Whether you go back to Civil War all the way up through the current conflict, the war on terror. Um, countless people have lost their lives. And so it's always like I said, a bittersweet day. So hopefully you will have a great Memorial Day weekend, and hopefully you'll take a minute. That's my challenge for you. Take a minute. Don't look at it as a 3-day weekend, although I don't remember the last time I've had a 3-day weekend. In logistics, we worked that day. But hopefully it's not just a 3 or a 4-day weekend, an excuse to get hammered and cook on the grill. And you don't need an excuse to do that. That's any weekend. But I think you get what I'm saying. So enjoy your weekend, but take time. Take time to remember what this weekend means, what this day means. It used to be traditionally May 30th was always Memorial Day, but now it's changed to the last Monday of the month of May, so it fluctuates a little bit. So, but anyhow, I ran it a minute. Good stick, 858. Pretty good. I became more of a Maduro guy over the last year or so. Really enjoy that Maduro wrapper and really the nice, sweet, I shouldn't say sweet, excuse me, more sweet, chocolatey, cedary, creamy, or, nuttier, certainly more coffee that I pick up out of that wrapper, that complements the binder and the filler, typically. No slouch, though. This is that Cameroon wrapper that's pretty good. Just a little wobble there, but a nice ash. Thanks for noticing. I have a very nice ash. But anyhow, folks, in all seriousness, have a great weekend, and take care. Spend some time with the family. Rejuvenate, rejoice. Thankful for what you have, and we'll catch you. We'll catch you out there. Wash your daggone hands and stay safe. Have a good day, everybody.